Hello guys, today I want to take a closer look at some troubling developments in South Korea that demand our attention. Events surrounding the impeachment trial of President Yoon Suk-yeol, the storming of the judiciary, and the shifting dynamics of public opinion, particularly among younger generations. Alright, so let's begin with the ongoing impeachment trial of President Yoon. On January 23rd, the Constitutional Court held its fourth hearing, and Kim Yong-hyun, the former Ministry of Defense, took the stand as the first witness. This was Kim's first public appearance since the declaration of martial law on December 3rd. His testimony drew significant attention, not only for his content, but also for his interaction with President Yoon, who directly questioned him in the courtroom. Kim Yong-hyun stated under oath, President Yoon declared martial law with a heart-wrenching resolve to prevent the tyranny of the opposition. He also revealed that he personally recommended the declaration of martial law, citing the opposition's actions as endangering the separation of powers. Kim's testimony also touched on key controversies, such as the drafting of Martial Law Order Number 1. He admitted to writing it himself at his residence and handing it to the president for review. He noted that Yoon removed outdated provisions like curfews, emphasizing that warnings to anti-state forces should not harm ordinary citizens. But the content of the order, which restricted political activities and targeted the National Assembly, has been widely criticized as unconstitutional. When asked about its implementation, Kim confirmed that it was intended to be enforced, even though it violated constitutional provisions protecting the legislature's authority to demand the lifting of the martial law. While the impeachment trial unfolds, parallel investigations in the National Assembly have revealed alarming details about the president's directives during the martial law period. Former National Intelligence Service Deputy Director Hong Jang-won testified about receiving orders from President Yoon to arrest prominent politicians, including opposition leader Lee Jae-myung and former ruling party leader Han Dong-hun. According to Hong, Yoon explicitly instructed him to round them all up and sort everything out. He described how he initially believed this was part of a counter-espionage operation, but realized its true nature upon seeing the arrest list. And he said, this is something you would expect in North Korea, not South Korea, comparing the directive to the actions of North Korea's State Security Department. Hong also recounted his attempts to report the matter to NIS, National Intelligence Service Director Cho Tae-yong, who dismissed his concerns and declined to take action. So this chain of events highlights the institutional challenges of holding leadership accountable in such a polarized political environment. Now, beyond the trial and hearings, we witnessed an unprecedented event on January 19th. After an arrest warrant was issued for President Yoon, hundreds of his supporters stormed the Seoul Western District Court. Protesters smashed windows, threw furniture, and searched for the judge who authorized the warrant. 86 individuals were detained for obstructing justice and causing property damage. This marked the first time in South Korean history that a court was attacked in this manner. The investigation has also discovered documents revealing plans to establish an emergency legislative body during the martial law period. These notes, reportedly passed to then-Deputy Prime Minister Choi Sang-mok, included instructions to freeze the National Assembly's budget and allocate funds for the new body. Former Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun admitted to drafting these documents, asserting that they were intended to manage emergency financial legislation. But critics argue that such measures effectively sought to dissolve the legislature, posing a grave threat to constitutional order. President Yoon has denied involvement claiming that the documents were solely the work of the defense ministry. Yet, testimony from high-ranking officials has contradicted this, affirming that the notes were communicated through the president. Meanwhile, public opinion surrounding the impeachment is evolving. Recent polls show an increase in opposition to the impeachment among young people, with 25% of those in their 20s and 29% of those in their 30s now against it. This shift contrasts sharply with the overwhelming youth support for Park Geun-hye's impeachment back in 2016. Now, analysts attribute this change to factors like gender dynamics, with some young men opposing what they perceive as feminist-driven political movements. But it's important to note that these figures don't signify widespread youth support for Yoon. Why is that? Rather, they reflect the complexities of today's political landscape, where conservative voters, including younger generations, have fewer alternatives within the ruling party, PPP or 국민의힘. As South Korea grapples with these crises, one thing is clear: the stakes are pretty high. Moving forward, we must ask ourselves hard questions. How do we hold leaders accountable while preserving the rule of law? And how do we bridge the divides that these events have exposed? I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's discuss in the comments below how we can collectively, protect the principles that define our civilization. All right? If you found this video informative, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have already subscribed, have a wonderful and fantastic day. Thank you. Peace. Classy.